few minutes, just a few minutes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? I gotta wash the dishes before I start to making this bacon. I got some brand new bacon. Well, it's not brand new no more because I already had ate half of it. Me and Alex. Sorry, baby. I almost tripped over the kid. Yeah, this bacon is so good. I found it at Aldi's by mistake. Yeah. You looking at my eyes crazy, right? Because I burned out one of my contacts. I think it was because of the evil eye. People keep giving me the evil eye. They burned out one of my daggone contacts, but it's okay. It's okay. They focus. They focus. Hello, hello, and good morning to the collective people. How are we? It's a good morning with new Nicks, and how are you? You know, one of the interesting things you find out as you grow older is the people who you used to hang with, they may or may not value what the history was back in the day. You understand? So you got to be careful of other people's inside narratives. Some people wanted to be great in your life, and that's okay, but some people weren't. And it's crazy because some of them told stories that they were, and the evidence is becoming clear. So now that we have a lot of people past 30, 40, and 60, well, 50 and 60, trying to recoup some benefits or some brownie points from some stuff they made up a long time ago, and they forgot that they were lying. But now your life is coming around to where you can actually prove that they really held no weight in your life in the long run, which is wild. And they never wanted anybody to know that they weren't that great in your life. Like, I got some people who really shouldn't mention me because there's proof to the pudding. You understand? Like, you get some friends that say, oh, well, she was always like that, or he was always like that. No, really, you never knew me. You just wanted to be around me because I made you look cool. And I kind of brought the milkshake to the yard. And that goes for guys too. Some of your friends really weren't ever your friends. They just liked you because you attracted a certain kind of female. It's not that they wanted to be your friends anyway, and it's not that they were ever going to pay you back the twos and the fews that they asked you for. They basically told people in the long run, oh, well, they just do for me. That's my flunky. Whole time they're broke, and they just wanted to use that line to make it seem like they weren't. It's so crazy. Like, I got so many people that I left behind in life that wanted to look down on me. They wanted to put me in a position where they can look down on me and gain some status. But if you check the stats, the credit is bad. The social credit is bad. Okay. Okay. There are some people pleasing that went on in direct opposition to my life because I'm so quiet. A lot of people felt like I would never reveal the fact that they were tricking and sticking and all that other kind of stuff, because that's embarrassing for me to run around and say, hey, that girl does that, that girl does that. But it never changed them from saying that about me, even though it wasn't true. I usually had to leave because I had to go back to work. Over 20 years in the state doesn't just appear out of the blue. You understand? So a lot of the times I was getting like the bad end of the stick only because I didn't have time to hang around and deal with the rumors. I even had some family members who thought because they finally got the bag that they forgot where they came from. They forgot they went in jail. They forgot that they, asked for a couple dollars. They forgot how many times they had to borrow. They forgot how many rides I had to provide. But it's always convenient to forget when you just, you gotta be the big guy. A lot of people were upset when they found out that I had gotten married and divorced. They were like, how in the fuck did she get in and get out safely? Well, it's called a thing like not settling. A lot of people were upset. They were like, well, why did she leave him? Well, I left because I don't like men that cheat. And some of you, God bless your souls, you can tolerate it. I can't stomach the fact that it touched you or you touched it. So I don't want that shit back. And even if I didn't ever like really find out whether it happened or not, the very thought made me want to barf. So I said, nah, never want to come back. And then even the times when I did like hang out and drink a little bit, I was always usually paying. And if someone was paying, it was usually a gentleman. And I know a lot of girls got upset about that. Oh, she doing this and she doing that for that drink. Turns out a lot of guys respected me. They only respected me while I was around. But they knew that if they told your jealous butt that I was available to them, that you'd give it up faster. So a lot of guys got some poo poo off of me by default. I'm sorry. You jealous and you gave it to him because you thought I gave it to him. Nope. Turns out that was just my buddy and we were really platonic. But guys can play girls like that very easily. Like I had, unfortunately for me, I had a lot of guy friends coming up. And I ain't paid him no mind. I really didn't pay him no mind. But it turns out that I didn't know the whole time all of the girls that I used to hang around with, they were leveraging them with me. And those guys, they're slick. They're slick. That was funny though. They were leveraging you guys because of me. A lot of them wouldn't have told you that we were not romantically involved, but because you guys felt like we were, you guys were throwing it at them. Dreads told me that you was throwing it at him. Like he said, he got the whole crew by way of keep saying that he was messing with me. That was crazy. Have you ever been assessed by a mental professional? Because me, I've actually done 20 years working as a mental health advocate, and I've also become a certified life coach. Okay, so play with your mammy and not me. And the fact that you're trying so hard to push this narrative, are you part of the people who are trying to put a hit out on me, who are trying to get power of attorney? Because there are a lot. Some of them are my relatives and some of them are my ex-friends, and they can't get over that I didn't end up on the block selling coochie. They are upset that I actually wrote a book and I actually go back to school and I actually like live without pulling my pants down. So there are a lot of people trying to pass narratives that I'm a prostitute and I don't sell anything but champagne and my voice, my advocacy, my spiritual work. So it's crazy. And then it's like, I know one of those faggots out there tried to get me a defamation lawsuit, but did you turn around into your boyfriend and tell him that you were going to deny him in the state of court and you were going to commit perjury, all in the name of love? Okay, let's not go there. So I know I got a few people who are out here trying to get stats based on their interaction with me or their lack of interaction with me. Like I've got the crazy people who are next door trying to get into a whole physical spat with me, all so that they can either post it or gain some kind of clout. But I'm not a clout chaser, and I don't really take I don't really invest in the messiness, so I don't really care to be included in the messiness. And really, I wish you all would have just left me out of the messiness. You did not have to try to commit fraud or scam. Somebody is still trying to steal my mail for whatever reason. I don't know why this is getting so big. I know I have an ex-husband that is very upset that he tried to get me committed, try to get power of attorney. Everybody's trying to get control over my life. But however, I'm in control of my life. I handle my things. I've never been mentally ill or mentally incapacitated. Yes, I did get stressed out, but I'm trying to figure out, why wouldn't a person get stressed out when I got a bunch of lying hoes and a bunch of daggone faggots coming at me, and then I've got the racists coming at me, and then I've got like a bunch of insecure women coming at me because they broke their neck trying to outdo a ghost that wasn't me. Somebody told you I did it, but I didn't do it. And even when I did do things, I did them so very well. Maybe your man can't stop talking about it, but I didn't keep doing it because I realized that he touched you. So onto the abyss where you all come from. I'm trying to give you all back to yourselves, but you won't leave me alone. I don't desire to be back friends, family, or cousins with anyone who I've already cut off. You showed me that you have no integrity, you have no support, you don't tell the truth, you pass on my information to have people come here and try to harass me instead of support me. And I think that is disgusting and weird. You understand? Because What if somebody did that to your sister, aunt, cousin, your child? You understand? What if somebody did that to your mother, your grandmother? You'd want some type of support for her. And I, at a point in time was somebody's child. You know what I'm saying? My father passed away. The mother that I have sees me as dead because she cannot use me. You understand? And I would not let her husband do what he wanted to do. And she tried to use my abuse that she allowed to happen as a leveraging tool to have everyone else help her survive. And I find that to be trifling and disgusting. And now she has her daughter and her son following up on the same bullshit, but they don't even realize that she fucked them up to gain sympathy too. So it's like I felt like Saturday was the day. I don't work on Saturdays, so I'm not working for you all. I'm working for me. I'm fed up. I'm really fed up. I'm fed up with everybody trying to say that they did things for me. You guys did not do anything for me. I might have laid on your couch maybe a time or two, but that's because I had things that I wanted to do. You tried to make me comfortable in there, but I didn't want to be comfortable in there because something told me that the way that you try to look down on people, especially the woman that would just get out of your bed and walk out, something told me never to depend on you because there was something to that. It's something to a person who tries to breadcrumb you while trying to show the whole world that they're the best person on the earth. How are you the best person on the earth when you're breadcrumbing somebody who you're supposed to care about? Nobody wanted you to do a charity thing. This is why I don't get food stamps. I don't get housing. I don't have Section 8. I don't have any government assistance. So before anybody crack their mouth and say that I tried to use them and they did something for me, let me be very, very, very curt about this. Nobody did anything for me except stress me out, asked me to do things, asked me to babysit, asked me to borrow $100. I had a bus driver asking me to borrow $100 every 2 weeks. Okay? I had my own sister tell me to get a babysitter for my kids because she wanted me to do everything. And the problem with her is she don't even realize the reason why I was sexually abused was because I was in the house watching her kids, protecting her kids from getting sexually abused. These are things that my nephews never realized. If I wasn't there to protect them, they would be worse off. Ask your mother where she was when my little 11, 12-year-old butt had to sit in the house and watch them. Ask your grandmother what she said when she found out what was happening, but still left me in the house to babysit your two kids who you didn't want to babysit. Ask your brother when he was running back to Eastern Shore trying to run behind the white girls because he was upset by the black girls because they thought he was corny, what was happening, and the fact that he was jealous of my very attacker. To this day, he's jealous of my attacker, and he's the reason why my attacker probably is not on this earth no more. Because even though he attacked me, he did try to fix it. None of y'all tried to fix it. None of y'all wanted to address it. All of y'all took my attacker and decided, hey, you got some money? We ain't going to worry about what you did to her. We want your money. That's what y'all did. Y'all leveraged that, and then y'all ran around and came up with all of these narratives, and then hired all of these people in my neighborhood to keep coming at me, and then kept telling people that I was a hoe, that I was ungrateful, that I was a this, that I was a that. No, y'all are liars, and y'all tried to make me unalive myself by way of stress, trauma, and isolation. I get it, because when I went back and I seen that text that Charles sent me was a whole daggone, it was basically him admitting that he was with y'all, that he was agreeing with y'all because he was going to testify. Yeah, I laid on his couch, and because he told me I could come stay with him because I couldn't stay with y'all because I couldn't trust y'all. But I didn't know he was going to turn on me the minute he felt like it would be beneficial to him and his status. But I can tell you today, God say don't play about me. God say tell on all y'all, because y'all did not mind sitting at the table and telling people that I had a mental health issue. Y'all tried to say that I was an alcoholic. Y'all tried to say that I was promiscuous. Y'all tried to say that I wasn't to be left alone with my child. Y'all tried to say that I was incompetent. However, all of them things you guys Yes, all of them things you guys are. All of them things. I asked where that big ass child was when I went over to your house with you and your new boo or whatever. I asked where that big ass child was because y'all tried to put her away. Y'all did all of it. And when that little girl spit in your face, y'all put her away. Because you're a nasty man. You act as though you help people and you're an advocate and you're a support. You're a nasty man. You don't do things unless you could get a check out of it. And when I seen that you actually wrote that I left my child unattended, I knew that you was trash. I knew that everything that you pretended to be, everything that you, and yes, Miles Davis is a saxophone player, and that was a good cover. Yes, I do, but I don't have a saxophone to me, boo. Anyway, when you decided that you was going to go against me, and then you let your ugly ass, your best friend ugly ass wife come for me because she got some kind of homeland security job. I don't care. Y'all use y'all positions to try to put me down, to try to lock me in a mental prison. But not today, boo. Not today. I don't care about none of them friendships, relationships, none of them. They all going to hell. I ain't flatting no ties because I ain't paying for them. And I know how insurance work. Catch it, boo. Catch it, boo. You is a garbage can witch because you the one put that man court papers in my trash can that I took a picture of. You put that in my recycling bin. Somebody was sending dead people. It was a dead man, a dead white man that was dead long time ago. They put that in my mailbox, and then they put somebody court papers in my mailbox. I actually got in contact. Well, sent it to the guy on Instagram. He didn't reach out back, so he might have been part of the gang stalking thing. It's a whole bunch of y'all did that. What y'all was putting court papers in my trash, messing with my mail. Y'all stole my mail the other day about some debt collections. I hope you pay it. Y'all doing a whole bunch of goofy stuff, but in the end of the day, the reason why I'm telling you is because God watches y'all, and He tapped me and said, "Yeah, let them know, what you know." I'm not none of the stuff that y'all ran down. And the fact that y'all wanted to be close to me and y'all wanted to call me and come up under my roof and knock on my door and think that y'all was going to DM me to death and tag me to death and all y'all stuff. No, I don't associate with y'all. I don't want nothing to do with y'all. Y'all done showed me that y'all soul was for sale. The minute somebody told y'all that they didn't like me, y'all jumped on it and y'all let it happen. The minute somebody came in y'all space and started talking about me, you didn't stop it. You went in, you listened, and then you added things in there. You understand? The minute things started rolling out, you did not support me. You did not speak up. You did not say, that's not that person. I don't know them for that. This ain't their character. You did not speak, and that was y'all test, and y'all failed. So do not think that I should extend myself. Do not think that I will explain you in a nice way. I'm going to explain you in the way in which you presented yourself, and that is the truth. I don't do vandalism. I don't do anything to anyone stuff because I didn't appreciate when y'all started trying to cut the brakes in my car, when y'all started vandalizing my car. Yes, Eska and Sandra, y'all put that all together. I'm going to say y'all names. Y'all don't get no clout because y'all getting the clout that y'all need. Y'all put together a plot to try to unalive me or put me in a mental institution. And y'all did that all together collectively and separately because all y'all didn't have no life. And Doug, I ain't got nothing to really say too much to you because the state of Maryland should be all over your butt for the karma that you passed out. And the fact that you wouldn't control yourself and your life. You know what? I ain't even got time for it. All I know is I don't regret my little baby who you hear shuffling around. He's so sweet. And it's just so wonderful to know that I ain't got to deal with none of y'all no more. I don't want nobody coming in my face being phony, trying to act like, oh, I didn't mean it, and oh, I didn't understand what was going on. You knew, okay? The same way you know to stop at a red light and you know how to go at a green light. You knew, you understood, you chose not to because it wasn't you. You wouldn't have to deal with the fallout. But guess what? I am not bearing this weight on my own. None of you are who you present as. You want people to think you're a good person, but you're not a good person. When you sat there and you gossiped, when you sat there and you pretended, when you sat there and you wrote statements, when you committed perjury, when you decided to defame my character, you said what it was. You chose your side. When you decided to put me put me in that position after I've helped, I've assisted, I've listened, I've encouraged, I've spoken life into everyone who tried to put me down. This is your year of return. You're going to get everything back, especially that little wench that tried to actually physically assault me and thought that it was going to be okay to talk things to me and destroy my property. Nobody gives to me. The state of Maryland ain't even given to me. I have to work for everything. I have to research every word. I ain't even using AI for none of my stuff. Some of you hoes is copying and pasting my videos and stealing my lingo and my style. But to God be the glory. I am only one. I'm the only one with this G code, okay? The only one with this G code. But the issue is y'all want so much and you do nothing, but you're trying to take it from somebody who has already established it. That is plagiarizing my life. You want to plagiarize my life, then perjury in court. I don't think so. Life don't go like that. Even some of you old folks who decided that y'all was going to be able to do no touch trauma because you too old to be in these streets acting like that, but you ain't too old to be in these streets acting like that. Because you acting like that, you just don't want nobody to see you like that. Yeah, it's you. You ain't as clean. Your hands ain't as clean as what you show people. Okay? You does your dirt. And you do it dirtier than other people. But you act like you are above reproach. No, you the first one going. Because you know better. You just choose not to do better because you don't think nobody see you. And you don't think nobody going to check you, boo. You think nobody going to check you, boo. You think because all them cars and the houses, but you didn't get it by the right way. Not all of it. And that's crazy because sometimes you can get everything else the right way. That last effing thing that you got the crooked way going to be the reason why you lose everything. So you just be mindful of when you putting your hands and you dibbling and dabbling and things of that nature. And you decide that you're going to put somebody else down. Because a lot of you don't have healthy lifestyles. You don't have healthy conversations. You don't have healthy relationships. But you want to speak those things into my life. It's okay. It's okay. I digress. But what you won't do is make me take the weight of this with me. Because you're all liars. Nobody did nothing for me. The things that you did do for me, you only did it out of guilt. And you only did it so that you could tell someone that you did it. Because you worship a whole nother place. You might go to church. You might say Lord. You might say God. You might say Jesus. But in the depths of your mind, he know where you at. He know where you reside. You're lustful. You're greedy. You're not humble. You boast. You're very full of yourself. You think don't nobody see what you do. You don't think nobody see when you committing adultery. You don't think nobody see when you fornicating. You don't think nobody see when you full of pride and you get that twinkle in your eye and you get to talking too much and you say too much and then you speak death into somebody's life. You don't think people see when you compromise them people kids because you don't really like kids at all. But you see them as dollar signs because you really a human trafficker. Really. You don't like kids. That's why that kid ain't yours. That's why that girl don't know that you probably got a life insurance on her. You about to railroad her because you don't like kids. This is why you've never taken care of any of them in your face. You'll sponsor them because you plan on getting the biggest investment out of them. My father is dead. I keep hearing that somebody keep trying to play my father or try to steal my father's identity. My father's passed away, so anybody who try to act as though they was my father or act as though they took care of me like my father, They telling you a lie. They only telling you that to try to get credit or money or something. I'm still trying to figure out what happened to my father's money when I had that. Mysteriously, I was given some liquor. I took some. I drank it. I drove. I ended up crashed, right? I wasn't drunk. I ended up crashed. I woke up a week later. How all my father money go to my mother who's already married? Somebody tell me that. And I had power of attorney of my father. So how did you end up the payee from my father's account when you married to somebody else? I wait since everybody got a lot of silly stuff to type in the comments. I'm waiting for them to chat that. Since everybody likes to give me what they want me to hear in my comments, tell me how you end up with my father money and I don't end up with my father money, but you married and been married for a long time, over 15 years. So, how did you end up with my father money when I passed out? Somehow, you messed with something in the court. You messed with something in the system. And the reason why it looked like people are pursuing me and hunting me down is because somebody don't want that out. I don't know whether it's your daughter, your son, or just you. But I know that light skinned clerk with the glasses with the freckles at the courthouse was related to Eska. Because when I went to that funeral, I saw her at that funeral. And I think that was the court clerk that mysteriously didn't send out my notice to court that time, and I ended up getting wrongfully arrested and getting a warrant saying that I was a no-show because I go to all my court dates. And this is how I know y'all orchestrated something between the courts, the court clerks, the judge, everything. That's what y'all did. Because how would I miss a court case? How would I miss going to court when it was just for nothing? It was for nothing. It was just for traffic. When I've been going to all my traffic cases. Y'all did something at the court where I didn't get that notification. Y'all put me in a position to where y'all could put me in probation. Y'all trying to trump up and get me locked up. Y'all trying to put a bunch of stuff in my record to where I don't end up receiving anything and y'all end up putting me in a mental facility. I know the whole thing. I watch TV too. Okay. So whatever y'all got trumped up, I hope y'all enjoy that. This is a return to sender. This is my blockbuster. This is my road opener. You feel me? Because I don't like the way y'all did me over a couple dollars that y'all could have worked for. Or y'all could have found a way to get without putting me in y'all shit. I do not appreciate being used as a prop. I do not appreciate being used as anything for anybody who has not used themselves to the most capacity. I don't appreciate being lied on. I don't appreciate the defamation. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate my mail being stolen, my phone being hacked. I don't appreciate y'all plagiarizing. I don't appreciate it. I do not appreciate y'all lying for clout. I don't appreciate y'all saying that y'all help me do things that y'all don't help me with. I don't associate with those I don't associate with no more. All those people who I used to hang on Milton Avenue, I think is dirt now because they didn't do nothing but talk about me and use me at the same time. I was throwing money over money and none of them did shit with it. So I wouldn't give a damn. Don't tell me nothing. If they got a funeral case, Sarah, I don't even want the damn notification when it comes to a lot of people because y'all like to play on people's heart. When somebody generally care about y'all don't like that. Y'all want somebody to spit on y'all and kick y'all and put y'all down. That's what you like. But I don't have that. I don't own that. I think that is disgusting. So if that's what you need, stay the hell away from me. You feel like you a dirty dog, you a this, you a dog, you a mutt, and all this stuff. You a what? Cause you a dog, you a mutt. What? Something? What's the saying with the rush? All that stuff. Thank you for appreciating my non-appreciation. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be glad when y'all all gone to y'all whatever y'all need to be going to and leave me alone. I just want to talk to the ones who want to talk to me, the ones who are interested in the things that I'm interested in, the astrology, the messages, the hope, the journey. I got a lot of creative opportunities coming along. I've got a lot of things that I'm working on behind the scenes, and I got to work with it by myself because unfortunately, I am in a barrel of crabs, and they ain't even the good damn crabs. They're underfed. Some of them got messed up flippers and shit. I ain't got time for that. Obey, obey, obey. So it's like I gotta separate the wheat from the chaff right now. I got to get rid of the bad production, because it seems to me, out of all the good that I tried to do in Baltimore all my life, even through advocacy for elders, even when I helped some people kids that I didn't even like their kids, is just that they kids was just around and I needed them to go to the store. So it was like, yeah, I helped all them. And guess what I got for it? You ain't nothing. You ain't dead. You ain't dead. And you know what? I ain't the first, and I'm not the last. That's gonna be not. People not gonna be grateful for. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the first person to be taken advantage of. I'm not the first person to be, left for dead after I put so much life out there. I'm not the first person. But you know what? I ain't one of them no more. You won't use me for shit. Don't come near me. Don't try to shake my hand. I don't care. Don't tell me about your mama, aunt, cousin, sister, uncle, your ankle. I don't give a shit. If it's the gout, that's your clout. I wouldn't give a damn. Um, yeah, I don't care about your reputation no more, because you ain't give a shit about mine. I won't be saving you, but I won't be talking shit about you, especially if it ain't true. I don't do defamation of character. I don't say things that aren't true. So that won't work. You won't be getting no clout and no suitcase off of me. That won't happen. But what I will tell you is the truth. And don't worry about me trying to be friends or family or cousins or mother or aunt or anything. Don't worry about me spinning the block on you. Just don't spin the block on me. You see? It's fair. It's fair like that. Don't spin the block on me. If I was that bad to you, don't come back. If I was so bad, don't come look. If I was so bad, don't wave. If I was so bad, don't speak my name. If I was so bad, close your damn eyes. If I was so bad, unfollow. If I was so bad, don't even listen. If I was so bad. If I was so bad. All I know is that I'm walking away with a very, very light heart. I got it all off my chest, especially that part about my nephews. Like, my nephews never understood why they respected me so much and why it hurt me so much that they wouldn't listen. Is because they don't know what I gave up or what I had to give up in order to save them. And their mother wasn't going to never tell me. She always get mad. Everybody get mad at why I protect my children like that. And I tried to protect my first child, but I didn't know that his father and them was like that. I mean, his grandmother would always tell me, I love money, Lexus, I love money. But I didn't know that they was willing to screw me over for the damn money. So, that was a lesson learned. But, I've always done right by my kids, because I know what was allowed to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? I know how people pretty much tried to ignore the things that was happening to me. One, some of them didn't know what to deal with it. A lot of them didn't want to go against the person because they was getting money. They was getting support. They was getting help from that person. So a lot of people, that person basically leveraged everything over money. A lot of people they was helping people to keep out of the bad light. The only reason why they would help people was because people was, start to expose them. And the next thing you know, oh, come on over, I got this for you. Oh, come on over, I got something to cook for you. Oh, I'm having this, you come over. And that's how they leverage people. They act as though everything cool. Meanwhile, they kicking everybody back in separately. The same person who kicking my back in used to talk about y'all like a dog to me. And I wouldn't say nothing. Not realizing that my loyalty was being leveraged in that moment. Used to talk about you like a dog to me, and I wouldn't say anything, not knowing that this same person would turn around and talk about me like a dog to you. Before I knew it, everybody was off in corners giving suspicious looks, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But I remember when my cousin died and they called me and they said, oh, he had a big accident, and I remember when I walked into the room and I seen who was crying and how they was crying and who was grouped up with each other, and I said, you know what, I gotta get the hell away from these people, because they was all crying for the wrong reasons. They was crying because my cousin money was gone and they couldn't have access to it. The one nigga that I saw crying, I don't even know why he was crying, because he wasn't even related. I think he was just crying because the person who he had married into the family with had access to the money by way of them. So he was crying because he wasn't going to get what he had asked for to get done because the person died, early demise. The other person that I saw crying was only crying because they was jealous of him and they had to put on a good show in front of me. You and your wife was jealous of him, and 9 times out of 10, that's what y'all went to Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico for, so that y'all could do that little voodoo thing that y'all did. Because y'all did the thing to me, and y'all did that to him too. Because you and your wife like money a lot. And y'all sick. And you got that sickness from your mother. The man inherited that Virgo inherited that sickness from his mother. He liked money a lot. So now I get it. It's a lot of people that was around me who were worshiping money, and I never paid it any attention because I wasn't worshiping the money. So it was money worshipers around me, and they starting to take each other out. And the problem was they couldn't take each other out peacefully because I was starting to put stuff together that's what they was doing. And I think the day that I went in and I said it to her directly, that's when she really got to panicking, because she's always been doing it. It's just that when I said what I said to her, it was like I let her know that it was, I knew which way in which she did. But at the time when I said it, I didn't know she was, because she always, oh God, don't do this. God say don't touch that. God don't say that. And I realized that the main person saying God said don't touch this was the very person dabbling in this shit. I kept wondering why it was okay for people to steal things from me. And she never had my back. People could talk to me in a sexual way around her and she would never have my back. People could, I remember when the bitch tried to sue me for $8,000. Yeah, the little hobbit tried to sue me for $8,000. And I asked, I said, why would your child wife be trying to sue me for $8,000? I don't know. Never did nothing about it. I asked her son. I asked her bitch ass son, why your wife trying to sue me for $8,000? Oh, I ain't in that. I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, it's because y'all, that's that fucking witchcraft shit. Y'all kept trying to come at me to break me down. Y'all kept trying to break me. Yeah, your son, the mother, and the daughter. Y'all sick. I wondered how a Pisces have 2 Virgos back to back. I always wondered that. That's that witch shit. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm like, why everybody keep trying to get money and shit out of me and trying to break me? Yet everybody, oh, I don't know what's happening, Lacey. I don't know who said it. I don't know. Nah, it's y'all. Y'all are conspiring to come against me. And the pieces all together. I don't know if you noticed, but God had already put the pieces together. This is the spiritual court here in the 3D, because you need to hear it in the 3D, but it already happened in the 5D. So, que sera, sera. Karma.